everybody, welcome back to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 55. We are now on our Zoom video episodes. You can check us out every day on Zoom. Come over to YouTube, watch our videos, and you can also go back and listen to the shows on Spotify, Anchor, and all the listed the listed platforms that we have, and you can check us out in those ways as well. But we're on our second day of our new Zoom video show, and we want to thank everybody for checking out the first show yesterday. I think everything went great. We appreciate everybody. Today, Mike, we got something a little different because we still are in the transition of moving from what we were doing to what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So today's show, we're gonna talk a little bit here, but then we're gonna go right in because we have a special interview. One of our friends that comes through here, a rapper named Cigarillos, stopped by the studio the other day to talk to us and talk about his new album, Energy 4. So what we're gonna do is, after we finish our little wrap up here, we're gonna go straight into the Cigarillos interview, which unfortunately we don't have video for, but you can still continue to stay here and watch and listen to what we have going on. There will be a screen, and you still will be able to listen here. But like I said, you could always go back to one of the other platforms, Spotify, Anchor, etc., and also listen to our shows there still. That's not going to change. So how you doing today, Mike?
I'm doing great. Still pumped. You know, it's only been a couple days since the draft, so still riding that high.
Absolutely, man. I think everybody in Pittsburgh is a little excited right now. I mean, with the exception of yourself, we got we got a new quarterback, and you're the only one that's bummed about it.
We got Mitch Trubisky. That's our quarterback. That's our quarterback. Well, that's my quarterback. I'm riding Mitch Trubisky till the very end.
I think preseason is going to be interesting. I think you're going to see a lot of battles out there, and it's going to be interesting. Whether you like Trubisky or whether you like Pickett, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be exciting.
Absolutely. And guys, you're gonna want to continue to keep checking us out. We are on a 5-day. We're gonna be 5 days from here on out. Like I said, we are on our Zoom show now for the rest of this week, and these will be played right around the time, late evening when we do put our podcast show on as well. But going into next week, when we're going to be live every single day, it's going to be 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be an hour show, Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. You're going to want to check that out. That starts next week. Do you have any comments on the new show, Mike? The new format, the video, anything we're doing?
I'm just excited about it. It's doing the lives coming up is going to create a sense of danger and excitement, because I don't know how else I can embarrass myself, but we'll see how it goes. I'll definitely find ways.
We've already ran into your math issues. We ran into your pronunciation issues. So I'm sure, as we move through the second grade here, you're to find ways to fuck up.
Well, I'm already having my hands out there for everyone to see, so I got to figure out something to do there, because now I'm all twitchy and weird.
Yeah.
And this is how I do every interview that we have. So now we have the cameras here.
Yes.
I got to figure something out. So I'm like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands.
You should rub your belly and pat your head at the same time. See, I think people like it. With the exception of, I think that's a highlight for the show so far in the first 2 episodes. With the exception, now I want to say, everybody, I want to throw out there, I had my ass on the screen for all to see. But Mike and fucking YouTube, the fucking, we can't have this on. We can't have everyone seeing ass cheeks. So I did give you a little present yesterday, but
no one wants to see that from you.
I don't know which way he is, because when I'm talking now, he's right here. But as I went back and watched the video and I'm pointing, he's nowhere around here. So I think I'm going to do a little Brady Bunch thing. And
there we are. See, I just moved.
Yeah. Stop. Whatever the hell you're doing, you stop. But hey, guys, we have a great interview. Cigarillos. He stopped in. Like I said, he wants to talk about his new album, Energy 4. He has a lot to say. And it was a very good conversation on top of that. I think you're really going to enjoy.
Yeah. He's
Michael,
Energy 4.
Yes.
He teased Energy 5. He teased the project after Energy 5.
Yes.
You know, it was a fun interview. It's always
it
fun.
really was.
It's always
I
fun
always
when
enjoy
Cigarillos is around. It's always a good time.
Absolutely. Great guy. So you guys want to check this interview out and continue to keep checking Cigarillos out because he has great material as far as music. He's often out performing, so you can always get out, check him out. So Mike, if you don't have anything else, then we can go ahead and get that interview started.
Let's start this interview.
All right, everybody. Once again, thank you so much.
Yes.
Continue to stay here, watch the check out the interview on YouTube, or you can flip back over to one of the other platforms and check it out there as well with no video. But nonetheless, we are in a transition stage and those things are going to be a little bit more smooth moving forward. So again, thank everybody so much and enjoy the interview. Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the Dum Yinzers. We got a guest today, Mike, and you may recognize him.
I recognize him.
He's in today because he has a new album that just came out and he wants to talk about it. And the name of this album, I think once I say it, you're going to recognize our guest. Energy 4. Energy 4. And I think you're going to recognize that, guys, because, not too long ago we were on speaking about Energy 3 and a lot of good music from that. So everybody today, welcome Cigarillos. How you doing today, my man?
Good. Cigarillos in the building. How y'all doing?
Great, man. It's great seeing you. How you been, dude?
I'm pretty good. Taking care of the family, taking care of work, business, music.
Yeah.
Everything that involves in trying to make my life successful.
Good, man. I tell you what, you're hard to get a hold of sometimes. We were trying to track you down, and one day you were on a fucking cruise ship going across the fucking ocean or something like this, and the next day you was hard to get, man. Like it was trying to get some tickets, some
I was in North Carolina the one time.
North Carolina the following week. It's like trying to find good set of Steeler tickets, trying to get
trying to track them down everywhere.
So I'll be on the move.
Yeah, man, that's good though. That's good,
Yeah, unlike us, you just sit around and do nothing.
That's how
you're not living life.
That's how you lose your sanity, though, is by not doing anything. You gotta get out and do shit. You know what I mean?
Sometimes not doing something is the best.
That's true.
Out of trouble.
Yeah, that's
I've been doing too much. And I got into some trouble I ain't want to get in.
Yeah, right. And you know what? Sometimes, like when you're doing too much, you think that's yourself. You're thinking, man, I would rather not be doing this right now. I'd rather be doing my thing, not doing it. You know what I'm saying? That happens to me a lot of times. If I talk myself into doing something, the whole time I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I do? Why am I doing this? I wish I wasn't, It's
like I made these plans 6 months ago and it sounded like a great idea.
And the day comes,
you're like... Just like, I'm gonna tell you something that just happened to me recently. I hate it, but I got to go through with it.
Right.
It was my boy's birthday. It was on a Friday. I had to work that next Saturday. He come to the bar, it's his birthday, buying some drinks. He's super drunk. I'm already drunk. I had no plans of going anywhere.
Right.
So I seen him drive. I'm like, I can't let him drive. He live in New Brighton. I'm coming from Aaronbridge. I'm like, I can't let him drive drunk like that. I don't want him to get a DUI. I go to take him home, drop him off. Guess who gets the DUI?
Shut up.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
On the way back home, and I really wasn't even that drunk. The only thing happened was they said they seen him throwing up out the back window of the car.
Really?
And I'm had the music on, keeping up. I'm good.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking in the back seat.
Right.
Yeah. So I never knew, but when the video, if I show you this video, you'll see the throw up all on the side of the car. I said, God damn. And the cop says, well, you didn't know he was doing? I said, no. I'm driving. I'm looking at the road.
Yeah.
I make it to where I need to make it to. The only good thing about it, I got to fight the charges and everything in my first one. But he didn't tow the car. He just parked it by Subway.
Oh, that's good.
Find somebody to drive you home, this and the third. So,
that's good right there.
I mean, if there's a silver lining, I guess, I unfortunately, Cigarillos, I went through the same thing myself about 15 years ago. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's more of a pain in the ass because, you're required to then do all these different things. They make you go to these meetings, then they make you go to this. And it was just, when it was said and done, I thought to myself, I don't ever want to fucking go through that again.
No, me either. That's drug and alcohol classes. I'm like, I wasn't even that bad. Like,
yeah. With any luck, though, it will get dropped down to something like a reckless driving, because that's what happened to me. My buddy, he was drunk. So I decided, all right, I'll drive him. I drop him off to his car. So he's like, oh, no, I'm good to drive. So he follows me. So obviously the cops think I'm the drunk one since I'm being followed. So he pulls me over. I'm like,
you're good.
you know,
But
when it's
sometimes
all
you
said and done, though,
sometimes you got to give a life to save a life.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, dude. You know, no. What do they say? No good deed ever goes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You was trying to help your boy out, and look, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my luck.
I looked at him like, cause he ain't had no license or nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at least I'd rather it be me than him, because he would have been in way more trouble than I have. At least.
Because at least you have the license.
Yeah,
right.
I can
driving a
fight,
federal license and then drunk driving on top of it. Yeah.
It was all bad, but I'm still gonna make lemonade out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's
you
all,
know.
you know. I mean, if you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to you and how you handle it. It's just the whole process sucked. I hated, you know, they put me on that ARD adult probation and just constantly checking. It was I don't like being under somebody's. You know what I mean? I hate have to answer to people like that.
Yeah.
You know, like who the fuck are you?
I gotta be in at 11. What?
Yeah. Motherfucker, you know damn well you sitting on the other side of the desk has drove somewhere under the influence before, and you're gonna sit there and talk down on me because I got fucking caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I wasn't swerving or anything. It was basically because the car windows. I guess he said he gave me 3 reasons. He said the car window was tinted. Then he said I made a turn without a turn signal, which I did because I seen him in my rearview mirror, and as he pulled out as I was at the red light, it turned green. And I'm already nervous.
Yeah, you're right.
So, so I made it. I wasn't swerving. I was driving regular. But you know, he found what he found.
You know, if that was in the middle of the day, that cop would have just went the other way, not doing anything.
What town?
But because it was at night.
Right in New Brighton.
Brighton.
Yeah, I was almost at the end out by the wire.
Yeah,
almost
made it.
There's literally one. I don't want to badmouth their police right now, but
wait till I go to court.
Right.
Yeah.
It was. I tell you,
Cigarillos, you didn't say this, but the co-host did, so therefore,
you know, and it was
get you.
It was such that I didn't really, I didn't learn my in the sense, you know, at the end of the day, I didn't think to myself, you know what, I could have killed somebody could have died. It wasn't that. I was sorry that I had to go through all the fucking bullshit. All that fucking shit that comes with it, dude. I was just ready to pull my fucking hair out, man.
Right?
You know?
I was almost going to have like 2 dreads left after that.
Right. He's going to end up looking like me.
Yeah. Mike had 3 DUIs. No. One.
Reckless driving. Let's get her.
All right, so let's get back to the unimportant stuff, huh? So, Cigarillos, a great friend of our show. I mean, we welcome you every time that you come in. We love when you come in.
I appreciate it. I love being here.
Oh man, never a problem, sir. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Energy 4?
Energy 4, it just came out about a week ago. I noticed I only got 2 features on that album. It wasn't made like that though. The only feature I got his name's Frank Ruckus and Bayin Beats. He made the beats. And I got a female artist on there named Chantel Brittany. She's a really hot artist. She can sing her ass off. She got a little bit of rapping skills to go with it.
Yeah.
Switch up her song. She's featured on one of my songs called Lately.
Okay.
And then my other song is called Distributor. She's the only other artist that's on the CD.
Okay.
11-song album.
I know when we were down at the show last, you know, for St. Patrick's Day, you brought that name up, so I'm familiar with that female's name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I performed one of the songs. No, I performed 2 songs off of Energy 4. I'm always moving because I'm currently working on Energy 5 right now.
Good.
So I performed 1 song off of my new album. It's not even out yet. It's not even done, but there's a couple songs that's done for it.
Nice. Now I've been following you guys, obviously. A lot of times I turn on a video or I turn on a live feed that somebody has up from one of your shows, and Cigarillos is always the guy I see first. I don't know if you know what I'm saying.
I don't purposely do it. I'm just always there at the right time.
Yes, yeah. But you guys are keeping busy. Every time I turn around, you're either down in Washington or up in Butler, or you know.
Well, that's a shout out to Hittem Hard, Prime, and Dutch. They always keep us in the motion.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because they know certain we're the artists. Like they're the generals. We're the army.
Yeah, I mean? Right.
Whatever they tell us we going, all right, we going.
You know what I really like that I'm seeing with Hittem Hard music is they're starting to build. These guys are starting to grow, and you guys are adding artists. And every time I turn around, Prime is saying, you know, come check us out. We have Cigarillos Dust. We have Stickman Slick. Every time it's a different name added to it, and it's all you're feeling this momentum behind Hittem Hard music.
Yeah.
And it's starting to really gain traction, and it's really fun to see because we know the work that these guys put into it.
Yeah.
And we know the work that Prime and Dust put into it. And, so to be able to sit back and watch all this happen, it's really cool to see.
I look at it sometimes, we like the Steelers. We had some of the best players, but sometimes we got to let some of them best players go.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we always keep somebody good in the rotation. Whoever comes through there, they light it up for us. They do what we got to do. Some stay, some don't.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's all love and respect when it comes to the music.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, there's somebody that has been performing alongside you guys that I know just absolutely adores you. Lil Bambino.
Yeah, she's real nice.
Every time I talk to her, she always either got something nice to say about Cigarillos or about Stickman. She just loves those two. I mean, she likes all you guys, but you know what I mean?
She just had she invited us to a show up in Contaning.
Yes, how'd that go?
It went well because we thought we was going to like another little venue or something.
Yeah.
It ended up being a nice ass house party.
Okay.
Yeah.
It had everything set up right there. Dust shot her video to her.
I see.
Her new video.
Yeah, that video was
That was cool.
Two on.
Yes.
Yep. Shout out to Lil Bambino for the 2-on video. We fucked with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Watching that video, I watched it through first. I was like, just listening to the song, watching everyone there. Then I went back through it again. I was like, hey, I know that guy. I know that guy. Hey, I know her. I know him. It's like,
and
it's
the
just
shout
weird
outs,
everyone that we've seen.
They don't go unnoticed because every time somebody does say something about Bambino, she'll end up texting me the next day. She's like, "Oh, that was really cool. That was really cool." So I guarantee she'll hear you, man.
She's like the first. I remember the first time we encountered with them was the first time I ever knew Butler had a hip hop life up there.
Right.
I was confused. It was a little bit different because we went up there. You heard a little bit of rock and roll.
Oh wow. Okay.
A little bit of everything. I never been to a show like that till I went up Butler. It was different, but I'm like, hey, this is cool.
Yeah. Right.
So
that is cool.
You know what I mean? That she came on. She had like a whole different style that changed. That, you know what I mean? That's why I told her like we can do some music. I told people all the time when you get something like that, it's like putting a whole bunch of Kool-Aid packages in one picture.
Yeah.
Come out with a hell of flavor.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of flavor you're gonna get, but it's gonna be
it's
not
gonna
the
be
same.
Scrumptious. You know what?
Trust me, I've done it.
Right. The confidence on her, I have to say, because at first, as far as I know, I mean, she just knew people. A few guys from up at Butler. When I first seen her, we seen her down at Frank's for St. Patrick's Day. The way 90 pounds, this girl, and she got up on stage. I didn't know what to expect, but the confidence that she brought was impressive.
Yeah,
all these people that she never met before.
Energy. She got energy.
Yes, absolutely, energy. But you know what I mean? That's a perfect situation for somebody to lose their nerve and just totally freak out. But you know what? She stepped in there. I was impressed. And I think shortly before or after that, I think we spoke to her, and I was.
Yeah, it was a little bit after. Yeah.
But yeah, so. Good for her.
They lit it up again, Splash Gang, Lil Bambino. They lit it up again in Washington too.
Did they? Good. I'm glad to see they're making them tree. You know how much, that's a trip for us. Can you imagine coming clear down from Katanning? So good for them. They're,
that's probably like an hour and some change.
Oh, easy, man. Where you guys going to be going next?
We are. I want to say we're at Frank's. Aren't you? Aren't you guys hosting that?
Yeah, we're hosting that one.
We're 1 month from today. 1 month from yesterday.
May 29th.
29th.
That's on my son's birthday too.
Is it really?
Nice.
My dad is 28th. My dad's 28th. Yeah.
My son's the 18th.
18th.
Yeah. Big month. We got a big month here, guys.
Hey, shit, I can't wait.
Me too, man.
Talk about someone going to freeze on the stage.
Yeah,
that's going to be us. I'm going to be look out there like.
I often tease Mike. Did you ever see the movie A Bronx Tale? A Bronx Tale. Well, there was this one. It was like these Italians, and they were what are they? What's that? Like the gangsters, like back in the day,
the
mafia kind of people.
Yeah.
And there was this one. Like the point of the story was they brought this kid in who lived in the neighborhood, and they were kind of raising him under their wing. You know what I'm saying? Like the mafia was like this one little kid, and that's who the story was about. It was about him. And the one part they were gambling, and every time this one dude, he was ugly, was at the table, something would be fucked up. So they made this guy go sit in the bathroom, right? While they gambled. It was like, put him in the bathroom. So then they would take him to the bathroom and continue. So I always tell Mike that. I'm like, hey, at least if you fuck up, we'll stick you in the bathroom.
I'm gonna end up having to listen to the show off the host from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're up there performing and you're wondering where Mike's at for a while, we stuck him in the bathroom because he freaked out, man.
But I'm excited. I'm just glad you guys thought of us too, and
Absolutely.
ask
Because
us
I
to
feel
come
like
host.
it's another collaboration.
Absolutely.
You
And
know
that's,
what I mean? Like every time we link up, connection, we can
Yeah.
make stuff progress more, build more,
Yeah.
absolutely.
add more to the functions that
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Yes, and and Prime and we keep in touch pretty regularly. He's either shooting over ideas for us, or I'm sending over questions or whatever for him. So I mean, every chance he gets, he helps us out, and
He definitely does. He was kind of mad at me when I dropped the Energy 4 though.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I let Frank drop it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And now but I told him he can drop Energy 5. That's gonna be the last of the Energy before. I mean, I'm proud. That's my dog. I'm like,
You're right.
You ain't never forgotten, never.
Right.
But the way that the CD came up, I had to late because I never dropped the CD with all somebody's beats.
Okay.
It's always a mixture of everything. But this time it was like one steady boom, boom, boom. So I was like, you know what? On this Energy 4, I'm gonna let him drop it because it's all his beats.
Right.
Yeah.
And it turned out good. Me and Prime talked about it. He busted my balls a little bit though.
Right.
But I'm like, no, I'll say Energy 5 for you because that's gonna be the last of that.
Right.
So I switch it up and go my other little route that I got planned.
Yeah.
But
I tell you what.
I can't wait to see. I like the little sly smile that when he said, "Little something planned."
Oh yeah. Right.
Like, I can't wait to hear what's coming next.
And fucking
Now-
artists, they always got something up their
Uh-huh.
sleeve. You know what I mean? Because when they're writing and
Yeah.
thinking and all the thoughts are going through their mind, they come up
Yep.
with shit, and who knows what they're going to throw into the
Yeah.
mix.
9 times out of 10, I don't even be knowing what I'm gonna throw. in.
Right.
Because I'm a freestyle artist. I started off that way first. Well, no, I started off writing first, and then as I got older and life got harder, where I wasn't in a stable place, I kept moving around.
Mhm.
So I put a lot of notebooks up so I wouldn't lose them. And I really had to learn how to freestyle on the move because everybody that I was coming across was people that freestyle. They like, will do something. I'm like,
Right.
But now it's just so fluently, like, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like my freestyle and my written, you'll never know which it is because
Right.
I've been built up that type of talent over the years. And it all came from moving around. Been going state to state.
That's yeah.
I've been down south, up north, Delaware, North Carolina, Mississippi, Georgia, all over the place. Dealt with a lot of different people, even in Beaver County. I've been all over Monaca, New Brighton, Beaver Falls, Hopewell, Freedom,
Right.
then Pittsburgh too. So I've been all over the place. I developed a lot of skills in a lot of ways from different people that I've encountered and I hang around. So everything that I do now is just like I can on the fly.
Yeah. Right. Now that's interesting because early on in the the statement you said, you really haven't had your ass kicked, and you kind of need your ass kicked in life a little bit before you write good music, before you come up with ideas, because
there's songs that I'm dropping now that I didn't drop that I made in like 2012.
Really?
At the time, I didn't have the proper, and I knew the song was hot. I didn't want to just drop it like that.
Right.
So once I got it, then I ran across the perfect beat. So now I'm like, you would never knew that I wrote that back then.
Yeah.
You would thought that I just went in the studio and jotted it down and dropped it. But no, I really that was like years ago. But it's got a new flavor twist to it. But yeah.
I'm always amazed how much, the rappers will have stuff that's just sitting on the shelves that they don't use.
Mhm.
Like, I don't remember who the guest was, but just recently we were speaking about Tupac still coming out with music.
Yeah.
The guy's been dead for 30 years, but he's still coming out with new music. It amazes me the amount of stuff that these guys have.
Well, it's like you just said though. You come up with something and you don't have like the right beat for it.
Right.
Why
Or
waste something?
You get a writer's block at the time, and then you let it go. And
Yeah.
the next thing you know, when you start feeling in that mood again,
Right.
you bring it back out, and now you connected it.
Right.
I also look at myself as a lifestyle poet because everything I write about or rap about is my life.
Right.
And people say if you rapping and you can't really do it, then you're not rapping about what you're really feeling or how you really move. It's like somebody being an actor
Right.
writing a script.
Right.
But instead, it's like once I built up and really progressed what that person said, and I'm like, I could put my life into a basically a project.
And that's the stuff that always comes out sounding, the best shit.
It's
It's the most
it's real.
authentic.
Yeah, like lately, I dropped lately.
Okay.
Me and Chantel Brittany came to the studio with me, and she was dropping something, I was dropping something. And then the song lately was basically like, I then came up, I got a new job, and my checks got bigger.
Right.
So I said, lately I've been running through some checks, and I really have.
Right.
I really would. So that song was like, it was a major part of my life, because
Yeah.
I came up and I was feeling so good, and then when she heard it, I really didn't think nothing of it for real, because it's just my life. Like, but she boosted it and made me listen to it again and again, and she was like, yo, I want to get on there. And I know her voice is, and when she was like, send it to me, she sent me her verse. I said, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because she sung on it, and then she rapped a little bit, and then she ad-libbed my shit. I'm like, yo.
You know, that's why I always kind of accredit rap music's a very popular thing, because I think people love reality. People love to watch things that are real, that are going on in other people's lives. And who, as far as music, does it like rap music? On the other side of the spectrum, I think the country music, I'm not real sure because I don't listen to that, but it seems like almost the same thing. Those people really identify with their music. Same thing with rap. It's a reality. I'm sitting there watching, I'm watching Cigarillos' life play out through his words. And that's what people like. They like to hear, reality.
Because I look at myself as a rap star, rock star.
Yeah.
Like I got this song out called Body Fool. It's on Energy 4. The dude Frank remixed that Jason Aldean song.
Okay.
And the beat is killer. So whenever y'all get a chance, listen to that. That is called Body Fool.
Okay.
And then y'all want you to tell me what you think about it.
Okay. I know that I was going down through some of your things the other week. I was putting some of your music on the Friday show. I noticed that there was like a picture of you and there was like a guitar there. It might have been like an older cover or something.
That's on Energy too. Yeah.
And that was the first thing I thought. It was just more of a whole musician look. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what you're saying is you're not, you're a rapper, rock star.
Yeah, I sing a little bit. I do it all.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that don't know me, because some people, they see me going to work. And some people, I used to go to school. I graduated from medical assistant specialist.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
And I come home, I'll be in my scrubs and everything. But, I was a hood dude with education.
Right.
I used to do certain things over here
and
move this way over here.
You know what?
But when they look at you, they be like, oh, he don't do it. He just did it. But I like them to think like that. Because I'm not the type of person, people think like, oh, I got these charges. I did this, that, and the third. And they think that that's cool and smart. That make you, no. What make you cool and smart is when you do what you got to do and you don't get caught.
Right.
But when you do what you do and you get caught, you want to brag about that and talk about that. I'm like, oh, well, okay, I guess you're smart. I guess you're a real thug then because it's on paper.
Yeah.
But if it's people that actually know me, that I be around, because I don't be around a whole lot, but I be around a lot of people. Like one time I dropped a freestyle called I'm So Beaver County. And that thing did like 30-something thousand views out of nowhere. I literally put it on there. I'm at work. And my Facebook is going bling, 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 bling. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't put it out there to do that.
Right.
A female told me to do this. She said, I want you to do this channel. I think you'll kill it. I'm like, really? And then I'm like, I'm going to do it because you asked me, not because I really wanted to. But it actually did something.
Right.
But a couple people on there was trying to check me. They were like, what is Rachi? What is Freedom? Because I literally named every town in Beaver County. Like a lot of people did. I'm so Alacupa, I'm so Ambridge, I'm like, no.
Right.
I'm going to take it beyond that.
Right.
I'm so Beaver County. So one dude on there from Pittsburgh tried to check me, this, that, and the third, until he realized one of his OGs that he respect me because I be in the Pittsburgh, my little cousin and them on the Hill District and all that. And I've been with them since I was little, but I was from Alacupa. We used to feud when we was young. Right. But we grew up and now we all tight and cool. But I'm like, you trying to check me and your OG is telling you like, no, he's real. Like, don't even do it. Like, don't even do it. And I didn't even put myself out there like that. He asked him. He said, you know him? He said, yeah. Now I'm like, now you looking stupid because you thought I wasn't.
You're right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you a funny story, Cigarillos. This is a story about Alacupa. I think you're going to like this. When I was a kid, now everybody knows when they have to play Alacupa, and it's on the schedule. Okay, so I'm going to go back to right around 8th or 9th grade in football. Okay, no, a little bit earlier than that, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. Now, when people seen Alacupa on the schedule, they got scared because this team was not only good. This team would kick your ass. They would, okay. Starts out like this, Cigarillos. I'm out on the field. I got my nice uniform on, right? I'm happy to have my uniform on. Alacupa, first game of the year. I look up, I see my dad in the crowd. I'm feeling proud, that fucking game started, it was the biggest nightmare in the history of Monaca history. I kid you not. These kids were fucking running us over. I was, like I said, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking up to see if my dad was watching, okay? I had my nice shiny uniform on, and these fucking kids, holy shit. The kid said hut. Next thing you know, this dude fucking whacks me. I'm laying on the ground looking out my ear hole, and all I see is his legs jumping over top of me, running. I wanted to go home right there. You know what I mean? These kids were so fucking good. They're just bred to be good fucking athletes and football players, and they're always good. Dude, it was a nightmare. I remember there was kids crying in the locker room at halftime. There was kids crying.
Kids, it was him.
Yeah, it was him. You know what, Cigarillos? They just wanted to go home. They thought football season's over. And I specifically remember this was at our home field, and we lost 53-0. And you just know it. You just know these guys are going to beat you up. And to beat Aliquippa, you not only have to have a good team, you have to have a good strategy, and you have to be able to play the perfect game.
Yeah. See, that's
and to do those three things all together and have those guys not, have a great game, it's almost impossible.
Because, see, I went to Hopewell. I lived in Aliquippa on, like, the borderline. And we came here from, like, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And I was already a kind of a bad, hard-headed kid. My mom said, no, you're not going to Aliquippa.
Really?
Hopewell. So I played for Hopewell. And at that time, Hopewell and Aliquippa was competition. Like, I remember the one game we played, it was like 6-6 all the way to the fourth quarter. And we scored, we beat them 12-6.
Really?
Yeah. But the thing about them, the one dude on my team, like, as we got a little bit older, we started playing them. And I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, what's going on? Y'all just, the one guy was like, you know what? You know what's scary when you see black guys in all black. I said, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I said, damn, we definitely about to lose.
Brother,
we're losing this game right here.
When you go,
I said, we're losing this game. You came in with that mentality.
Yeah,
we're losing.
Especially if you go down to the pit too. Just being at that. Okay, before that game, I remember being. We went into the school and they do the weigh-ins. And the kids were all sitting up on this, I think it was like a wall. It was a really long time. On the right-hand side when you walk in, and they all were sitting along the wall and they were barking at us.
Oh, yeah, that wall.
Yeah, we was waiting to get weighed in. Like I said, and I'm going to be honest with you, this time, we were probably, I want to say sixth or seventh grade. And I'm going to be completely honest, in Monaca at this time, most of us never seen a black person. So here we are in this line, and these kids are all barking at us. Cigarillos, we did not want to play that game. I'm telling you right now, we did not want to play that game.
See, they are intimidating, but the only head of the game I had above people was I used to play with them outside.
You're right.
Where I lived at.
Right.
We used to play free frog and teams and stuff like that. So when I played for it was like we were just playing in uniform this time. Sometimes we would go home and put our uniform on and play.
Right.
So I was already used to them. The shit talking, all that. Like,
so that gave you a big advantage because some of the other kids
still couldn't do it by myself.
You're right.
Like, there was a time I scored. I was the only one that could score a touchdown. It was an 85-yard touchdown.
Really?
And we lost 40-something to that one touchdown.
Right.
I can't do it by myself.
Yes.
I did something. At least I scored.
I recall a couple of years ago seeing a game. It was like Twerps, Midgets, Mighty Mice, something like that. And they had the scoreboard down there at the pit, and it was like 100-0. They beat this team. It was like 100. Remember that? 106-0. Like, But you know what? As much as we feared this football team, and as much as we feared these guys, when you grow up, who are some of the nicest and some of the best people that I know? They're guys from Aliquippa. Some of my best friends are from Aliquippa. So it's crazy how life turns out because, you know what? We didn't want to have anything to do with these guys when we were kids.
That's how Freedom, when I was growing up, Freedom was one of the hardest teams to beat.
Really?
Yeah, they was like, I don't know, it was just something about them.
I recall the years,
They were just, I don't know, they were just big, strong, fast.
Yeah, big
it was
farm
like
guys.
Aliquippa, the black, and it was like white guys on it. And when the playoffs come, they love to see Freedom and Aliquippa go together.
Right.
Because some Freedom would win sometime at that time, Aliquippa would win sometime at that time. Yeah. I remember them years. I used to Freedom.
I tell you what, he's having flashbacks.
I'm coming in. I'm at safety, and you got this big white fullback coming through the hole, and I'm like, this is when I played for Hopewell. I'm like, we got some white guys too. They ain't like these ones. We didn't get them dudes like that till I hit high school. Cause I played with Paul Legend.
Oh yes.
And,
wow.
I was a freshman when he was a senior. After that year, we went. What was it? We went undefeated that year and went to Hershey. We didn't lose the game that year.
The thing about Quip I always noticed was whoever gives them a challenge. So let's say Freedom in that particular time. And then there was a time when Beaver had that good team, and it was Beaver and Aliquippa. The one
Central
consistent,
Valley.
yes, those games are fucking. But the one thing you notice, it's always Aliquippa. The other team could be Beaver, it could be Freedom, it could be Beaver Falls, it could be Central Valley, but Aliquippa is always
that one,
always the team that's in there. Yes,
they definitely are.
And that's what you know. What and now sitting back and like say when Aliquippa goes to the States, when Aliquippa goes to Heinz Field, I'm one of the I'm on social media promoting these guys as much as the next guy. I went to Monaco, which is now Central Valley, but like I said, when you grow up, you meet people and you realize that these are good people. I love Aliquippa football. I love Aliquippa football. The only time I don't love Aliquippa football is when they play Central Valley, because I was a Monaco grad. But that's the only reason, and I love that fucking game though.
Like my son played for Aliquippa.
Okay.
His first year, twerp, second year, and I'd rather him go there first, because then he know what it feels like to get hit hard in practice, and then he know what it feels like to win. And now he goes to Carnegie. He'll be playing football this year for them, so. He'll probably be like one of the head people on that team because he didn't already experience the Wolves.
Absolutely. So, I think that they should do that to kids, and it's almost like the Scared Straight programs that they have for people. You know, if you want your kid to be a good football player, send him to Aliquippa for the first 3 or 4 years that he plays, and it's going to toughen him up. These kids are fucking tough.
There's a little guy on that team. And my son the same age, but he was smaller. And my son went up against him. And I'm like, I seen this little kid hit and run the ball. Yeah. I'm like, you ain't about to think you're going to do what you're going to do because he's small.
Right.
And he learned the hard way. And he told the coach, he said, he hit me hard. The coach said, I let the coaches yell at my son.
Yeah, right.
He said, I never want to hear you say that again. Get back up. I'm like, yeah, because what do you think? You playing football and you try to underestimate this little guy and he hits you like a bullet.
These guys,
right on his behind.
You know what it is? They're tough. These kids are coached to be tough. If you ever go down and watch those Aliquippa coaches talk to these kids, parents in Beaver would be like, "Oh, why are you talking to my kids that way?" I mean, this is why they're never good in Beaver.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. I was playing. We was playing Black Hawk, and I was the parent on the sticks, and the coach is like, he said, "Get over here! Quit doing that stupid stuff!" Like,
yeah.
And the coach over there, he said, "See, why can't our parents let us talk?" the one kid on the sideline, he said, "No, I don't want to go back in." When he said that, I said,
"I don't want to go back in." You're running laps in the middle of the game.
Yeah, when he said that, he said, "Why can't our parents let us talk to our kids like that?"
And it wasn't long before we realized that these guys were tough. We knew, you know what I'm saying? We recognized it, and we feared this football team because of that. These guys are tough. You're not going to go play a football game when you play Aliquippa. You were in for a battle. And if you're not ready for this game, you're going to get your ass kicked. These kids are tough. And a lot of the other schools around here, they don't have that. Beaver Falls, they could be a similar team that Aliquippa. They're just not. These kids are tough.
Yeah, Beaver Falls have like spurts of years. Like 1 year, they be amazing. The next year, they be like, then they'll come back a couple years later, boom. Bro. They're also a good team, though, too.
Absolutely. But Aliquippa's been to 13 or 14 straight Heinz Field games.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? These are, the WPIAL championships. They've been to 14 straight.
Well, and then you have the state keep trying to fuck with their classification.
That's what makes it even better.
Because they're winning too much. They keep moving up.
I was shocked when they moved up this year. I'm sitting here like 4A, especially playing the team that they played.
Yeah.
Man.
Dude, and these guys won the state championship. Yeah. That was what was exciting for me.
And then they had a freshman at tailback.
Is he? He's fucking badass.
Yeah, he's still about to be there a couple more years, but
he's already getting college offers and
I'm about to say the way he was running that ball, he was just like he was supposed to be there. Like,
yes, absolutely. I seen a bike. I mean, there was guys when I was in school that Chico Harris was big, but that was right before I got into high school. What's that other kid's name?
It's not Kenny Pickett. That's all I know.
Draper Gilliam.
Mm-hmm.
He was a kid that we played against. He was a beast.
His son was out there too.
Okay.
Yeah, his son was out there playing too.
They always had somebody, man. They always had somebody. And like I said, we just weren't fast enough. We weren't good enough. We weren't tough enough. So we basically just went out there and got our asses kicked for 2 hours. But you learn from things like that. You know what I mean?
Chico
Williams Harris, dude, was one of the best running backs I could remember. Ty Law back in the early 90s, another, fantastic. The Darrell Rivas right around your time.
Yeah.
Puz and Rivas and
they definitely had amazing players. they had amazing players that didn't go anywhere.
Yes, you're right.
They were just, you know what I mean?
I like John Baldwin.
Yeah, John
The
Baldwin.
Chiefs, and, broke his hand, I think, and punched some dude in the helmet or something.
Yeah.
Shortly
And
after that.
then, Brandon, you ever heard of Brandon Lindsay?
Yeah.
He played for the Steelers. That was one of my best friends
Yeah.
growing up. Me and him used to go at. His dad used to make us go out on the football field,
Really?
basketball court, and then when we go out to play other people, we were just like,
You're right.
yeah.
Like,
But I was a little bit older than him. But
See,
he,
that,
what did he do? He was in. I think Darrell Revis had a celebrity basketball game, and
Okay.
he went up to dunk, and he collided with somebody and broke his shoulder. That's how he basically ended his career.
No
basically.
shit. I tell you what, I love Aliquippa football. And like I said that earlier, I love the players. If you look back and you go, back through Revis and Law and Gilbert and Ditka, and the list really goes on. How could you not be, especially being from here and being a fan of football? How could you not love Aliquippa football? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's
a lot of people see them as like the Patriots of the area.
They-
Therefore they gotta hate them just because they're that good.
Like we played New Brighton the one time, and we was out there kicking behind, and the coach said that their coach said the craziest thing. He said something like, "These little thugs, they ain't gonna be nothing but dead or in jail or
Ooh,
something."
wow.
I remember that. It ended up being
Yeah.
a story. It was like in a newspaper.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm like, jeez, like it's only a football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like it's only a football game.
See,
and you're talking about kids that way too. Like,
Yeah.
Get the F out of here.
Yeah, I remember that was like a couple years ago. I think it was just in the paper a few years back. I think.
Yeah.
What a terrible fucking thing. And here's the thing. You know what? I don't get it. I just don't get it, Cigarillos. I don't know why people are like that. But here's the thing that Aliquippa, definitely plays in their favor is they know that people are scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would play that up so fucking. If I was Aliquippa, I would.
Yeah, but if you got them beat before the game,
Exactly.
like you said, like your teammates saying, "Oh man, they're scary." Why? Bunch of black guys in black uniforms. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, man, we already lost the game.
I didn't
Coming
even
in
look
with
at
the
it like
defeated
that.
Yeah, right.
If you're coming in with that attitude,
But it made me laugh though. I'm like, oh, dude, we
You know what?
We done.
Something goes, And one thing that I've noticed, I don't know if it's Warfield or I don't know if it's the change from the coaches, but I've noticed there's a lot of Aliquippa kids going different places to play football.
See what it is. This coach actually cares.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? On and off the field, he wants to make sure that you ain't getting in trouble.
Yes.
It ain't just that while you're on this field, I want you to do this, and then when you go home, you're being a knucklehead.
Yeah.
If you the one Aliquippa from right now, the coaches that they got now, growing up before that other coach, he would tell them, "I'm gonna ask your mom if y'all been being good in school and what y'all grades is like.
Right.
If you think you about to get out here on this field and play and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do at home, it's over." And they really kept that. Bring your report cards in.
Right.
Everybody had to bring their report cards every time they come out.
And I think people automatically just throw Aliquippa into the category of these guys are athletes. They're probably dummies. They probably got terrible grades, but these guys are letting them play because they're such a... No, like Cigarillo just said, I want people to hear that.
yeah.
The coach wants to see your report card to make sure you have, good grades before you play. That, I think, is a common misconception amongst teams and other, in the valley here. They're like,
That's what I liked about it, because back even when I grew up, there was some good ball players, but a lot of people grew up without both of their parents,
Right.
but they didn't have no other structure to structure them.
right.
You know what I mean? They were just like, they go out there, play football, be knuckleheads. Like the one little guy we had on our team, he got molded into a good person after a while, because the coach seen how good he was, but his attitude was terrible.
Right.
But he made him learn that you got to control your attitude. He liked the game of football, but you ain't gonna be out here playing. You keep acting like that.
Yeah.
And he was a whole different kid by the end of the season. Tell you no lie. I was impressed. That's why I didn't mind my son going to Aliquippa around this time. But back in the day when we was going, they didn't care. It was just talent. And if you do what you do, you do it. If you don't, you don't. But now they like, no, you either gonna be smart or you're gonna be talented.
That's what, it's amazing. I mean, MJ Devonshire up at Pitt, even names that you don't hear a lot, like his, for an example, he was just a big name in Aliquippa 2 years ago. Went to the, it's good. I love seeing these guys.
Eli too.
Yes,
Yeah,
Eli. And the hell was that guy's name? I have one other name too. I'm trying to think of. Oh, he was the Gilbert kid. The Gilbert. He was on the Tyke show, the Sunday Saturday.
The one He played for the New York Giants. Askew.
Yeah.
Drayvon Henry.
Yeah.
Drayvon Henry too. He went.
Is he still playing somewhere?
Yeah, he was playing for.
He was in the XFL for a minute.
Yeah, he went there, and then the New York Giants had picked him up at safety.
Wow. Remember, I was always telling you about
Yeah.
Drayvon Henry, and also now the Giants have Robert Foster from Central Valley.
Oh, that's
They
where
just
he's at
signed
now?
him. Yes, they signed
Okay.
him, and then the other dude.
I know you went to Green Bay for a minute.
He was moving around. He was in Miami for a little while. But the other guy, Jordan Whitehead, now he's on the Jets now.
For real?
So both those two guys from Central Valley are on the two New York teams right now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's good.
Yeah.
Right there. I like that.
I love this. Football is one of my
See, Beaver County got some of the top, not just Aliquippa, but around. Like,
absolutely.
I forgot who Mike Caputo played for. No, I think that was West Allegheny, I think.
There's a kid. I mean, and it's beyond us, of course. I mean, Beaver County does have very great players, but if you look at just our Whippeal region,
Yeah,
the guys that
all
pop
around.
up, yes,
Yeah, this side of Pennsylvania.
yes,
It shows some trophies on TV the one time, like the Philly side and Pittsburgh, like, and we had the most.
I believe it,
Yeah, I'm
man.
about to say we had the most.
Probably all in your school, man.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I do. I mean, I love football so much, and you know what? You have a program like that. How can you not enjoy it? I do. I love watching Aliquippa. I love watching when they have games on TV, especially against Central Valley. I am sitting there fucking watching every down. Believe that.
Hell yeah, everything good. Everything's built on structure. That's
Yes.
how I learned. I learned everything on structure.
And I just love the fact that they keep bumping ends up, and just keep going, keep going. The state championship. They won a state championship last year. After
I
fucking
hope-
with these guys, moving them up.
I hope they do it again.
Dude, I do too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because they move up to 5 now, I think.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop until some of the kids get hurt, and then they'll
Yeah, 'cause
blame
I'm
the
like,
coaches or some shit.
We don't even have that many players.
That's
Yeah.
I
what
mean,
I'm
you going
saying.
against teams that got
That have,
like they got like 4 strings.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got like 2.5.
Yeah, and that's the part that's
And then
fucked up.
yeah, and then some of them got a whole opposite defense, just like
All
the
different
NFL.
players. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm about to say, but it's the same guys, just either rotating in and out.
this is why I love Aliquippa. You know what I mean? Look at what they do. Look at what they accomplish with 24 fucking guys. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? When the
Yeah.
other team has 80 guys coming out like a college team.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
gonna say they look like they have like half their like a scholarship team, like Alabama coming out with 80 people.
Yeah,
And then there's
playing like Cal U or something.
Yeah, right. In the I won't talk about sports too much longer because we are here to talk about your album. But one more thing, the gentleman Donovan Jeter from Beaver Falls,
Yeah.
he just got signed yesterday to the Pittsburgh Steelers
What?
on an undrafted free agent contract. He didn't get picked in the draft this past weekend. He was one of the top 10 people that the Steelers liked, and they brought him in. So he's a Steeler as of right now.
Hey,
So
hopefully he do good and find a good home there.
absolutely, man.
That'd be nice.
And a lot of times these guys that come in as undrafted, they end up going to a few different teams. But you know what? Sometimes that's what it takes. It takes you to go to a few different cities and play. And you know what I'm saying? I hope that he does great. I hope he does great. I hope all these guys do great. So much fun, man. I love football.
Me
So
I mean, I can't
anyway,
talk about it all day.
Cigarillos. So we have Energy 4 coming out right now, or just come out, correct?
Yep, just came out last week.
Just came out last week. And so you guys been out, you've been performing, and like we stated earlier, you guys are going all over the place. So here in a month, we're going to see you down at Frank's Grill.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a little bit of work down
I
there.
just dropped a video from Energy 4.
Okay.
First video from it is called Fuck Again.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just got my shout out to Tone Bone. She was a stripper at True Diamonds in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But I made her turn into a model real quick.
Yeah.
Cause it was funny though, cause I hit her up and I'm like, hey, I need you to do a video for me. And she thought I was gonna ask her to do like,
Right.
how other people
Yeah.
do. They be like,
Yeah.
I want you to.
Right.
Like, no, I said I just want you to dress cute. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like a little movie video type
Right.
situation. It was an old situation that I was in. Like I said, that's a song I made a few years ago,
Yeah.
but I was able to bring it back out because when Frank sent me that beat, and that beat automatically made me sing that song. I'm like, dang, I forgot all about that song, but that beat tuned it back in. So I was like, I'm gonna make this song. And then about a month or two later, I decided to shoot the video. And like I said, I hit her up, and then I went in on, no, I want you to strip and be naked in the video. She came exactly how I needed her to come, just dressed cute. I'm like, shoot, she put up in a Mercedes, 2000,
Really?
2018 Mercedes Benz, all black. I'm like, she making more money than me.
Right? Yeah, them girls make a lot of money, you know.
But no, she was real cool and professional about it. She came, did what she had to do, and that's when I made. At the same time, I was shooting a video for Energy 4, that song, and I was dropping a song for Energy 5.
Oh, wow.
So I was doing two things at once. After we shot the video, she left, boom, Dust came in there. My boy, his name is Big Just. He's Loud Pack Studios. He just did an interview with Stevie B. He produced songs for WAPO too.
Okay. Wow.
So so I felt good. That was a great musician, artist.
Yeah.
So I was able to be in the studio and get produced by somebody that produced him.
Yeah.
So But yeah, I was working on two projects at the same time. It was amazing.
Now that video was a really good video. I watched it when it first came out. Now, did Dust do that as what? Was he working with you?
Dust did that. It was crazy because he was already in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I hit her up on the fly, and I respected her, gave her cash because she came on. It wasn't I had to hit her up in advance. She was right on the spot. Everything that happened that day was damn near like on the fly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was on the fly. That's how I move. I move on the fly. Like,
right.
If I can make it happen, I will. If I can't, I'll do something else.
I tell you what, he's done a lot of great work on his videos. Like you had stated earlier, he did the
motivation,
little
Bambinos,
Bambinos. So
the flowers he did for himself.
Yeah. You know yeah, I mean? He does really well. I mean, that seems like that's something he really knows about, putting videos together. And
but the great thing about it, he really just started learning how to do it, but he picked up on it so quick that now he's like, but if he keep doing it even more, he's gonna be great at it.
You're right.
Right now, just a little bit of time of him doing it, he's doing good. He's doing great.
And you guys, like I was saying earlier, you keep adding talent and artists, and
him in Prime is like Steph Curry and Thompson.
Yeah, right. I mean? Absolutely.
That's how they are. They definitely set up the plays, and we like Draymond Green and the rest of the guys.
Right.
Just put us in the position, and we gonna do the rest.
Now, the last time we were here, you guys were here. Now, this really doesn't affect you much because I've learned going down the road that it really didn't involve you. But the last time you guys were here, there was a situation going on with Hittem Hard music and Jump Off JD.
Yeah.
So we, of course, asked him about it and, told us a little bit. And then JD said, I have to respond. I got to reply. We said, come on in. JD sits down there. We talk. Well, yeah, I got, this is the kind of problem. This is the issue. This is the issue. You're the only one, and nobody ever has nothing bad to say about it. You're the only one, man. No matter who we talk to about what, you're the only one. Nobody never has nothing to say. He goes, oh, no, Cigarillos cool. Carlos is cool. But then he went on with his beef with what was going on at the time.
But I'll be the type of person, I don't like to be in drama, and I don't like drama.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather resolve the situation if we can. If we can't, let's just move on.
Right.
Ain't no need to jump to each other. Ain't no need to do this, that,
right.
and the third. If we ain't gonna do it, we ain't gonna do it. If we gonna do it, let's do it. And I try to be the mediator every time something happens.
Right.
Because I like our team. I like the way we work. We work good together, but it's just that the certain ones just bump heads too much. Because at the end of the day, they're like too much alike.
Right.
One person want to be this, another person want to be that.
Right.
Or the other person want to do this, another person want to do that, and I'm like in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like, no, come on.
Let's just do this. Let's do what we do.
Let's just do this together. Like,
yes. And we talked to him, and I tell you what, about a week later, Prime Sinister had texted me. He said, you know what, everything is good. We're back rolling with D Money. With Jump Off JD, and that was exciting for us because when we first started this show, the very first show that we had, Prime Sinister and Dust were our very first two guests. So we've developed this relationship with these guys. By the end of that first season, you and Jump Off JD also came in, and then we go into the next season, and all this is happening. So for us, it's like, this sucks because these are people that we know well, people that helped us, do what we want to do, and to start to see things splinter off, and JD go this way, and things are going good now, correct? Okay. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
It's like,
what do we got to cut?
It's a kind of rocky a little bit.
Yeah.
At this time, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I haven't got the whole win and story, but they keep saying one person like, yeah, I'm here, and then the next minute the person like, no, I don't want to be there. But that ain't because of me.
Right.
Like I don't know that like what's going on that end. But at the end of the day, once again, I hope it resolves and stay resolved.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't keep bringing CPR to a dead situation.
You're right.
If it's dead, let it be dead. Let's move on. But if not, then like I said, you don't have to work together. We're not big time artists. We're not making million. We're out here having fun, enjoying our lives, and doing what we love to do.
Absolutely.
So let's just do the damn thing.
Now let me ask you, Cigarillos. We go out to these shows. You're out at these shows all the time. You're there with the Bambino, Stickman Slick. You're obviously Peso Pax, your buddy. All these guys. Tell me who Cigarillos would be somebody that you think is great. Somebody one of our friends. Somebody that you play with. Somebody that you're performing with. Who's somebody that you think, man, he's really good or she's really good? Who would be your favorite amongst?
I don't know, because even when it comes to industry rappers, everybody like nowadays I always hear everybody, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. Ain't nobody really the best.
Right.
Everybody is good at what they do, because this person right here might be rapping about their lifestyle. This person right here might be rapping about their lifestyle. Who goes to say his lifestyle is better than his lifestyle? So I look at it, that's why I say I'm a lifestyle poet. When I listen to music, I hear people's pain, feeling, and all that. Because I'll never be like, oh, I'm better than this person. I'm better. The only way I'm going to do that if somebody try to test my nuts.
Right.
Then I got to let my nuts hang.
And that's the thing. It's being a showman, too. You know what I mean? You got to kind of say that. You got to kind of, because people that hear, if they hear that you believe that, then they feel okay believing that. You know what I mean?
But see, that's my thing is I let the crowd and the people decide.
Absolutely.
Who's great. Because all day long, I could sit there and be like, I can sing like a monk. No, damn well I can't sing. If it wasn't for a little bit of reverb, my auto-tune, controller, and the only difference is I know how to harmonize. And then the producer, he comes through. He like the doctor. He comes through and clean up to make the surgery go well.
Absolutely.
So that's how I look at it. But I can't say my voice might sound better than somebody else is doing that when they try to do it. But at the end of the day, I don't look at myself as the best, but I am one of the greatest.
Let me ask you this, and let me splinter off.
I like that saying.
Let me splinter off and ask the question this way then. Out of all these people that we hang out with, people that we're doing shows with week to week, who is one that you would like to do a collaboration with that you would consider putting on one of your albums?
All of them.
All of them? Yeah, no.
There you go.
That's the right answer.
Because it's hard. It's really hard to decide.
Yeah.
Because I do music with a lot of people that are good, that really are good, and they have their own different styles. But it also depends on what type of vibe and what type of theme I'm going through with my CD.
Right.
And then I might pick a different type of person for that situation. Like some people got like football. You got your strong safety. You got your linebacker.
Right.
Everybody can't play every position, but somebody got like for this CD I just made. The Energy 4. I picked, I ain't gonna say I picked, that one was an accident. I'm gonna go with Energy 1.
Okay.
Energy 1 and Energy 2. Those is more gutter. So those is people I picked on that album that's not even in the music like.
Okay.
They just did it because I asked them
You're
to.
right.
And I know you can rap. And they like, I'm only doing this because you want me to get on here. They're not really out here like how I do it or how other people do it. So them two CDs right there is more gutter than Energy 3 and 4.
Absolutely.
Energy 3 and 4, I got a feature from my boy from Memphis. They call him Rottweiler.
Okay.
And then I got a feature on there from my boy from New Jersey. His name is Bounce.
Okay.
He did a couple shows with us before. And then who else? I got Prime on there. You know what I mean? I got my cousin from Pittsburgh from the Hill District on there.
Okay.
But he's also on Energy 1 too. Because he like, when me and him was doing it, we was like Bun B and Pimp C. I'm Pimp C and he was Bun B.
Okay.
So that's how we looked at it.
I'd rather be Pimp C, right?
that's how I am. Like,
yeah.
Pimp C was, like I said, he the one that made me understand how different things work.
Right.
Like even with the women, I listen to some of the music and I'm like, some of these dudes be sucker for these women.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
What I mean? And listening to him and how he played the game, and then I started learning a little bit at a time. But I'm also a romancer too. I like Keith Sweat and all that.
Right.
So the right female gets that part.
Right.
But the female, before you get there, you're going to get the Pimp C part.
Right.
You're gonna get that first.
Right.
You got to be able to break that and bring me back into that Keith Sweat.
Yes, right.
You know what I mean? That Avant type.
Right. You know, there's so many things I enjoy when Cigarillos comes in. One of my favorite things is how everything in a conversation with this gentleman, we could always bring back to football. Did you notice when he was just telling us that story about people with different, people, the safeties? That's what I like about you, man. Everything we talk about always comes out to fucking football, dude.
Hey, you want to know the crazy thing? One of my little cousins told me that, too. He said, your metaphors when you explain something is crazy. Because I literally put it like, all right, if some of the audience are just understanding like this, I'm going to put it to them like this. And then they like, oh, yeah.
But you know what?
It definitely does.
When you was describing what you were saying before, talking about the safeties and everybody having their different strengths, that made me understand what you were talking about entirely. Yeah. You know what I mean? I totally knew what you were saying then. And, but, you know, my man, we don't want to keep you too much longer here. We just want to, listen, man, we want to say thank you so much for coming by, Cigarillos.
I appreciate it. You know what I mean? At first I ain't had the time, but then we found the time together. Yes,
that's what, I was telling Mike we had to come and hunt you down like the Yeti, you know what I mean? We didn't know
I hit y'all up, and then you was like this, and then when you finally hit me up, because we went out of town for my mom's birthday.
Okay.
Down North Carolina, and we were down there for like 4 or 5 days. And then when you hit me up, it was like, yo, you free? I'm like, damn.
That is exactly how
I'm about to say, Mom, can we celebrate your birthday next week?
But it's so wild because every single time, that's what I was telling him last week, every single time we tried to catch up with each other, it was always we just missed each other. I'm out of town. I'm in Carolina. I'm sailing the seas like fucking Gilligan. Whatever you were doing, we just could not fucking, get caught up with you. But when we do, it's always a great time. As a matter of fact, Cigarillo, I think, because you see we do have special things on this wall behind Mike here. Now, these are special things that we get over time from guests that come in. And this bottle right here, that was from
the Modelo.
The Modelo was from your first visit. That Keystone down there, that can, that was from your second visit. We're probably going to keep this souvenir, this baby here. And that puts you, Cigarillos, that puts you in the lead for the guest that visited our show the most times. You, single-handedly, are
you've been on 3 times.
Best guest, yes. There it is, everybody.
See, look, that's I always do something that I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you got it, man. But we want to thank you so much. We want to thank you for making it happen and making the time.
Yes.
And everybody, Energy 4 just came out last week, and he's already working on Energy 5, so you can only guess that's going to be out before you know it. Everybody, Cigarillos from Hittem Hard Music. They may or may not have a couple things going on in between that. I don't have the schedule in front of me. However, we will see everybody 1 month from yesterday on the 29th of May for the Memorial Day jump off. The two Dum Yinzers will be hosting there, and you're going to be able to, come down. You'll be able to see Cigarillos, Prime Sinister, jump off JD. Anybody that you want to see, come on down. We'll be there, and it's going to be a great time.
Yes, sir. Cigarillos in the building. I appreciate you guys for having me. Shout out to MAP and Hittem Hard Music. Let's everybody get things rolling, get together. See y'all May 29th. Hope y'all can make it.
And there you have it, everybody. That is Cigarillos. That's our man right there. Mike, you have anything before we take off for today, sir?
Oh, no, that is all.
All right. Hey, everybody, for the two Dum Yinzers, it was Cigarillo. Thank you, sir, for coming in. It's always great. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. 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 Talk to you tomorrow.